Alright, before we begin today's video, gotta change that username real quick since we'll be in the wilderness. So yeah, I just went with my basic username, just spelled backwards. Starting KC 4,374. The goal for this one will be 4,474. A good, clean 100 kills. This right here is what I call the best case scenario while entering the Scorpia cave as a PKer, running into one account who's maxed and who's running 6 maxed alternate accounts to help him kill Scorpia. I really wanted to go for the max guy who's running these accounts, but I figured he'd be paying more attention to that account than anything else, so I decided to kill as many alternate accounts as I could. I ended up getting about 3 loot keys, and then I ran out of space, so this last kill is just individual loot here. That is something you don't see every day, though. I imagine that guy was trying to get the pet as quickly as possible, but I did unfortunately slow him down. Looking back now, I think that guy, if he was to attack me on all those accounts at once, he probably could have killed me, and I would have lost like 20 mil, so who knows. But anyway, 1.2 mil from the first key, 200k from the second, 200k from the third, and then a nice 700k from one of the alts, 700k from another alt, and then in the individual loot pile was another 700k. Now, if I want to keep killing people like that, I need to make sure I'm the only one doing it. So let's go ahead and take care of all the PKers who are camping Scorpia right here, right now. Now, this is level 54 Wilderness, known for a hotspot for teams and small clans to PK. But if you can drag them back to singles, then the odds will be in your favor, especially if your gear is outmatching them in every single way. So here we are throwing the long distance ice barrage, taking down the first guy. Now we move on to his Gigolo J DDS specking opponent here with his fire cape. Hopefully he didn't use a parchment on it. And basically it's gonna be Ancient Godsword versus Dragon Dagger. Who do you think's gonna win? I already know what you're gonna say, and you would be right. That 24 from that beautiful special attack finishing off the blow there, and now we have 2 keys, 2 PKers down, 673k from the first one, and from the second one I got a lot more than I was expecting, 3.7 mil. It's a great way to start, but there's more PKers to take down. Alright, next we run into a singles PKer. This guy was using a similar setup to me, just not risking as much. So we got the ballista, and he also had an AGS, so I had to stay cautious of that. We really did go the distance. You know, a lot of these fights I speed up towards the end, but this guy definitely took me for all of my food, and yeah, it was a hell of a fight. So 1.1 mil from that loot key, not too bad at all. As for these next 2 guys, they definitely caught me off guard, but they didn't seem to be praying, so the odds were in my favor. Already 1 HPing one of them, and then just need to finish off this kill so we can go for his partner. Luckily for me, Scorpia had poisoned him with 19 damage, so that was going to be a quick one. Just needed a spec there. And now we move on to his partner, rocking the full Mystic setup. I do respect it, very nostalgic, but it's not going to save you in 2023. That's why I wear Dusk. Anyway, the ballista pulling off the job. Very, very accurate and powerful weapon. And there you go, 2 versus 1. We win again. First key, 240k, followed by the second key, 334k. Well, that is all the PKers that I ran into, and luckily it didn't die. So now we're going to focus on the pvmers. This guy firstly saying that he had nothing. Well, if you got nothing, then you got nothing to lose. So let's go ahead and just double check on that statement, and we'll open up this key to see 1 million GP. Man, me and this guy definitely have different definitions of nothing, but I will take it. That is incredible. Now with that kill and all the PKers that we killed, we have about, I don't know, say 94 kills left to go. So yeah, let's get started. This is definitely a strange video idea that I came up with, kind of in the middle of the night type of thing. As you can see, this setup is really good for this video. The Ancient Godsword just inflicts so much damage on the special attack, and then that extra 25 DPS that you get on top of a nice ballista hit or a beautiful ice barrage. It almost always has the potential to get the kill in the room, which is much better than chasing the person outside of the room, because there is a pretty ample opportunity for these guys to escape if they know what they're doing. Don't feel bad for that last guy though, he actually got the pet a few hours later. But yeah, 443k from this first loot key, and then the second one is the smarter risk, 76k. It's very smart not to bring much at all to Scorpia because it's just so dangerous. One method people were trying to escape with was the wilderness resource area, but for some reason they didn't think that I could go in there, even with the max cape. But nevertheless, 375k from that one, not too bad at all. A lot of people that I was killing here were definitely doing a Scorpion Slayer task, and you know, alongside the mini Scorpions, they were killing Scorpia. And anytime I saw someone use a Theroman Scepter, that was definitely a target for me, because the ether is something that always adds up to a lot of money, and occasionally occasionally you'd run into people like this guy with a Kodai wand. Whether it be a wand or an ancient staff or anything else like that, they always bring a lot of runes with them, even though you can bring ice sacks, which I guess not everyone knows about, so they're still bringing death and blood runes. So that's just, it's good for me. But overall, I saw a lot of different weapons in here. No doubt about it, the scepter would be the most powerful and the most efficient to use, but probably the most costly as well. If you're wondering why I did this video, it's really just because I was doing so much AFKing on my Iron Man these last few days that I wanted to do just a side video while I work on my episode 2 and my Iron Man series, which you guys seem to be loving. So I kind of went with the idea that I did at the Lava Maze Teleport KBD video, where I stood there for 24 hours. Well, this is essentially 24 hours of PKing pvmers at Scorpia. It just has a different title, and I decided to just end it at 100 kills flat, mainly because 100 kills kind of represents the overall risk that people have here, and you can kind of look at your overall 100 loot keys and find the average based on all of the loot. So yeah, I was really curious if we would find any golden gooses. As you can see there, a nice 528k. Any kill that was over 300k, in my opinion, was really good. Anything under that, I was not excited about, and I'll tell you why. On the side, while I was doing this video, I'm also working on loot from 250 lava dragon bots. Now that is on my secondary account, and you guys will see that video in 2 days from now, but just on that account, killing lava dragon bots, I get so many 300k keys that, you know, if you kill someone at Scorpia, which requires a lot more effort than killing a bot, and the loot key is less than 300k, it's very disappointing. Now I'm too cheap to destroy the loot keys, but nevertheless, it's good to see, you know, how many people here are risking a lot and how many people here are risking virtually nothing. If you want my advice, you always should risk virtually nothing here. If you're using a Theroman Scepter, that's completely fine. Just make sure to bring the minimal amount of ether that you can bring for it, and you can lose a lot less upon death, because the reality of it is you can definitely escape me as a solo PKer, but if a clan comes here, there's virtually no chance of survival. Luckily though, not many clans PK here. As you saw, of all the hours that I spent here and all the days that I spent here, I pretty much cleared out the competition very quickly, and other than those people that I killed in the very beginning, yeah, there was no other PKers and no other clans here. You definitely are not going to be making much money at Scorpia. I mean, I think 4, 5, 6 years ago, the ward pieces were over $1 mil, maybe even a peak of $3 mil, but now they're all less than 100k. So the only good thing Scorpia is for the pet. They don't even have any beneficial Iron Man drops. So yeah, I mean, the pet is why people come here, and most people who chase pets are all maxed, and most people who are maxed got money. This is one place I would never make a video on, because people at Chaos Elemental never risk more than like 100k at the most. But here we have a 681k key from Scorpia, and that's genuinely why I thought this was worth making a video of. If you can kill 100 people and, you know, 500, 600k a key, that's 60 mil right there, and this only took 2 whole days to do. 975k from that guy, tons of runes, and this right here is a little preview of a video that I've been working on for quite a while. Although this guy's not a lava dragon bot, this is the account my infamous pure Mystic Seer, also known as Jack Russ, now known as Swerve's House, so be on the lookout for that video very soon. I personally, little background on my Scorpia history, have about 2,000 KC here. Never got the pet, but that's okay. Here we have a very nice Iron Man who always typed out good fight to me. I killed him twice, and then I decided to never kill him again, and if he ran into any trouble, I would protect him. Nice 500k from that loot key. Dragon Scimitar, I think that's one of the best drops Scorpia has, so that's, what, 70k? I'll take it. But yeah, we continue onwards with a beautiful Occult Necklace PK, 681k from that. I got quite a few of those during this one with a few smites, and also just someone risking it because it's really not worth as much as it used to be. I didn't run into too many people who brought the Tumican Shadow here, just this one guy who probably just wanted to kill. I don't know what he was doing, maybe a diary or something, but overall, I didn't run into too many of these guys. I imagine it's just not worth bringing here, maybe? I mean, the Theroman Scepter is wilderness related, so it's probably best in slot over the Shadow, but as expensive as the Shadow is, I could be wrong. Pretty average keys there, nothing to brag about. I got 1,000 nature runes, but natures aren't worth anything, so it's not worth too much. I was glad to change my username, you know, I don't like to be known here, especially when killing these pvmers, but I mean, it makes for a video. I don't know why I feel guilt here. I really shouldn't, but I know these guys are helpless, you know, they can't really fight back. I mean, if it were me getting attacked, I would just throw an ice barrage and hope for the best, you know, try to log out. I think I knew that last guy I killed, so he's probably going to be upset with me, but there's 300k. As you can see, we got an Odium War drop, but it's not worth that much. a solid 200k for the next key, and then 384k. Sorry, Death Blunt, I didn't know it was you. Also, another one of the guys I know here, Rolling Kush, I killed him as well. Sorry for that. 1 million GP, though. Hey, man, you know, technically it's not Mr. No Sleep, it's Peels on Rims, so... yeah. The way I see it, everyone here is maxed anyway, you know, they probably have a lot of money in the bank, so losing that amount, that's nothing to these guys. But anyway, here we have a quick special attack maneuver, and that's what I love, getting the kill in the first 3 seconds. 218k key, and then from the second guy, much better, 462k. And you're seeing a reoccurring pattern here that most of the profit really lies with the scepter drop being there, because you want to get that ether from it. 676k from that person, as well as a shadow rope top, or sorry, darkness rope top, so that's nice. The majority of the time when I would get the kill in the first 5 seconds or whatever, it would mainly just be the fact that they're only wearing monk robes and they're not praying melee. That is a huge factor of me hitting higher, so I think the best way to survive here is definitely bring black d'hide and a bulwark. 1.4 mil key, that's the first Sears ring of the video. Don't see that every day. I ended up running into that rope top of darkness again, and yeah, another 634k and another rope top. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Every single PK, look at that, 1.3 mil again, an occult necklace, and 555k coins. Every single kill in this video that you guys have seen was in a total level world. So what does this tell you? Never kill Scorpia in a total level world. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. No Sleep, if I don't use a total level world, any PKer can have access to me in any world. Well, that's true, but nobody PKs here. I promise you, there's almost never a time that someone's gonna be like, hey, let me go to world 376 and go try to kill someone at Scorpia. It doesn't happen. It's not real. So if you want to never die here, use the most random world you can think of, and if you want 100% guaranteed insurance, bring an alternate account to just stand right outside the cave. Worst case, it'll resupply you. Best case, it'll scout for you and it'll save your life. Some more average keys here, 283k. Another good tactic to avoid PKers is when you're in the Scorpion room here, just try to kill Scorpia all the way to the south. There's 50 kills overall, 50 more to go. But yeah, if you use the southern exit, then you can exit the south as the PKer comes in from the north, and you have really good odds of escaping, but you have to be paying full attention, so keep that in mind. This guy here says that he got 0 kills at Scorpia, and the thing is, the loot is so bad at Scorpia that I'm not here to get people's loot, I'm here to get people's gear. Big difference between PKing here and other wilderness bosses is that this wilderness boss has nothing to gain from it. And this is the second example of me offing someone. I didn't kill everyone. I didn't want to like ruin people's day or anything. I will say though, this guy Fishy AU, shout out to him for risking so much. I had to go for him every time. 800k loot key, 500k coins. I'm not sure where that money comes from. Maybe parchments, I imagine. But yeah, either way, some people just decide to continuously risk insane amounts of money like that guy again for 754k. And those guys are really hard to pass up. Plus he wasn't an Iron Man or anything like that. But yeah, here we have another 754k key with the Malediction Ward piece this time. Following that, a beautiful 389k. Definitely increased the value of my loot keys ever since I enabled the fact that potions and food go into them as well. But yeah, it was quite the journey. I know people always judge me like, hey, you're max, like why don't you go do something that's like 8 mil an hour? Why don't you go solo TOA, kill Inferno, duo next, do something efficient, you piece of, I get that. But I mean, I play this game every single day, 14 hours a day, religiously on so many different accounts. I have so many different goals that this video was really just something I wanted to do just to test out the environment, see what people are risking, see what Scorpia is all about, and see if this is a decent place to PK. Plus, the way I see it, after this video is uploaded, I'm probably never going to PK here again for the rest of my life, so same with the KBD videos. So if anything, I'm kind of warning people out there, don't risk too much at Scorpia. And for the people that don't listen to that statement and the PKers that are watching, feel free to PK the people who are risking a lot. But here, ladies and gentlemen, we did find our golden goose. There's always going to be one person, maybe 2 out of 100 that just bring an astronomically high risk, and for what reason, I don't know. But check out this loot key, guys. 36,000 law runes and 63,000 dust runes. Virtually no food and nothing else to show. What was he doing? Leave your guess in the comments below, because I have no idea what you would do with that many law runes, like at all. So yeah, they're mine now. Now, as I mentioned before, all of these kills were done in the total level worlds, whether it be 1250 total or 2200. As you can see from this last key, a decent amount and a really good spec to go along with it. But yeah, just from this one guy, Ozen, we did manage to get 900k. Before that, a nice 500k key, and then the very basic below average 100k. But let's check out this 900k key, 656k coins, another malediction ward piece, and as you can tell, just a couple rune drops from the actual boss. It is important to note that almost every single time I was PKing at Scorpia, it would be through the hours of midnight up until 8 a.m. EST. I really do think that would be the peak time to PK here. It really worked out for me anyway throughout the last couple of days. One guy was actually an anti-PKer, but I got 600k from him. I don't think he had enough food in order to, like, you know, properly fight any PKer, but yeah, it was the first anti-PKer that I've seen all video. One thing I didn't include in this one was all the people that actually escaped me. As deadly as this combo is, if you do happen to get out of the cave and I just continuously splash on you, you'll definitely end up getting away. This happened about 12 times throughout these 100 kills, so it's not too bad. Another decent key coming in, 745k. I will take it. I did actually run into one hardcore Iron Man during this video. He was around level 90, but he happened to be in the room with a normal Iron Man who was risking a lot more, so I went for the normal Iron Man instead, and he actually got away from me. So had the potential to go for a hardcore, but I didn't do it. So that was something else. I guess that would have been bad though. So 1.5 mil, 2 Larens keys, 2200 ether, and a odium shard piece. Not bad at all. This guy had me running all the way from Scorpia to the Mage Bank, which it's understandable why, because he was risking a 1.3 mil, 4k ether, as well as an occult necklace. That is just something else. Sometimes while I was killing these people, the Chaos Elemental would get involved. As you can see, the Chaos Ellie did the final blow to that guy OG Thrax there for a nice 755k. This guy was using Fire Surge on Scorpia, which you don't see too often, so that was pretty cool. But nevertheless, another popular location people would go to would be the Axe Hut, which you need a lockpick for. Trick with that is you have to bring a lockpick if you're a PKer, and you can just enter the same time they do, and you can still be in combat with them. So that, along with the Wilderness Resource Area, is kind of a failed escape method. Best way to escape would be freezing me and then trying to just kind of target a tree and stand near it so that I can't reach you. But if you freeze me and stand underneath me, I actually was bringing mithril seeds to prevent this from happening, and that really saved me from losing a lot of kills. So yeah, you got to be very smart when it comes to you know, trying not to let people get away from you. But here we have another PKer. This should have been in the very beginning of the video, but I guess I ran into this guy more so towards the end of the grind. He only had one key on him, and he really wasn't putting up much of a fight, just eating very slowly. So we did take down Apollo and a pretty average loot key of just about 300k, so not the greatest. Now, just for an example of the Axe Hut where people try to escape at, this person here coming up shortly was doing Wilderness Slayer, and they weren't even in combat. So I just walked inside the room and no axe was bothering me, and I instantly got the kill. Nice 100k. This guy here wasn't even bringing anti-poison, getting hit with a 14 there, but we got a decent, what's this key? 284k, not bad. This guy was the only one who ever brought Virtus to Scorpia. Looks like he was on task. He was probably just getting the longest possible freeze he could on Scorpia, which is pretty smart, but I mean, once you see someone in Virtus, oh man, you definitely have to kill him. I mean, it just looks so nice. One Larens key from the guy in the Axe Hut. Farseer helmet, that's pretty nostalgic, 280k key there, and then from the last guy, 257k. Now this one was pretty funny. I went for this guy with a really cool name. His name was North, definitely worth a couple bill there, and then we have North's alt. So this guy was smart though, you know, he used his alternate account to his advantage and tried to kill me with it, mainly because I already skulled up on it, so there was no risk for him. But yeah, 427k from North, and then from North's alt, 376k. I do respect it though. If I brought an alt, I would definitely try to, you know, kill the PKer who was bothering my main account. So that guy knew what was up, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. A long time ago, probably like, gosh, 4 years ago, I did a video called Loot from 100 Callisto Killers, and it got over 100,000 views. You guys seem to really enjoy it. 722k key from that person, not bad. So, you know, in honor of that video all those years ago, along with just kind of wanting to do something a little different, that's kind of what inspired Loot from 100 Scorpia pvmers. I hope people don't get too offended while watching this. I know that, you know, killing a pvmer isn't the most proudest thing you can do, but the loot here, I think I've proven can be a lot of money. And as you can see here, this low-level Iron Man, you know, saying, please don't kill me. I left him alone, and and I made sure that no one bothered him for a few hours. And yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not a monster. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But we all have our moments, that's for sure. Anyway, we are wrapping up this here 565k key. Not bad at all. Following that, nice solid at 300k. Love seeing that blue Mystic hat. Yeah, it's so iconic. 230k from the final key. And yeah, I think we're on the last morning here. It was probably like 5 a.m. I just had a couple of kills left to go, and it was going pretty well. You know, like I said, peak morning is the best time for Scorpia. 7 a.m., 6 a.m., those hours around EST is when most people decide to kill Scorpia. I imagine in their mindset, they're thinking that not a lot of pkers are going to be on at this time, which is exactly what I was thinking. So it kind of worked out for me, but not so much them. But either way, it was definitely a fun experience. This took like 4 days to do, but in those 4 days, I was just logging in every hour to make the rounds of those total level worlds. So that's why it really didn't come out to, you know, 40 hours. Instead, it was more so like 24 hours. And I had a lot of fun. 700k loot key, and this guy here called me ugly. Yeah, he's not too far off, but either way, we are wrapping up the video. This is kill number 99, and now we have the final kill coming up. Loot from 100 Scorpia pvmers has been completed, with the exception of like 6 pkers. So yeah, not too bad at all. So many items to show, but we'll start with showing the bank tab first. And to my surprise, I actually didn't die in this video, so it's all profit. Alright, so we have 7k bloods, 9k deaths, 36k laws, 2 odiums, 3 maledictions, couple of rune pieces there, about 8 sets of mystic, 10 nezis, 3 farseers, 30 sets of black d'hide, 1 seer's ring, and 4 occult necklaces. Overall loot value 49.8 mil. We have 100 loot chests, and then at the very start we have that one individual kill from the alternate account, which was about 700k. So yeah, very close to 50 mil profit made from 100 people. I would say about 6 mil of that was from pkers, and then the rest of it was all from pvmers. I know I typed out that it came out to be about 3.3 mil an hour, give or take. It's kind of like 2 to 3 mil an hour. It wasn't quite 24 hours, and it was a lot of hopping worlds, so the time was a little strange with this one. But overall, I had a lot of fun, made some decent profit. Hopefully, I gave you guys some tips in today's video on how to stay a little bit safer at Scorpia, and for you pkers out there, maybe I just gave you guys a new location to try out. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. A huge thank you to the YouTube channel members for the monthly support. It's really appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. Special shout out goes to DeceptionZ, Matthew Stivers, and xXzoticx. I'll see you guys in 2 days with loot from 250 Lava Dragon bots, and following that, another great Iron Man episode. Till next time, take care guys. Mr. No Sleep, out.